For the next hour, you belong to us. We'll bring you the very best in handpicked, unsigned rock and metal. Don't worry, you're in safe hands. We are Two Bucks.
So here we are again, Two Buckers. Another round of 2 bucks tomfoolery to impress yourselves and your neighbours with. Yes, don't forget your neighbours. It is almost Christmas. And I know it must be close to Christmas because I've sort of come round after Headbangers Balls. And what a day that was. Stage diving midgets, pole dancing strippers, and Reign of Fury's stage invasion. I haven't seen so many people on one stage since UB40 invited Ladysmith Black Mombasa up to do their backing vocals. What an awesome sight that was. Unfortunately, the intoxicated state of my knees wouldn't allow me to get up the steps, so I was one of the very few people left in the audience, right at the front of the stage, worrying that the masses were going to spill off the front. So to all of the people that were up on that stage, and all of us waiting to catch you on the floor, this song will bring back some awesome memories. It is, of course, Reign of Fury with Born to Die.
War machine. It's
Just that one song has brought back all the memories, everything that happened that night. Well, as much of it as I can justifiably be expected to remember. Roll on next year, it's going to be amazing. Now you'll see by our Facebook posters that we've already started planning out our gigs for next year. So go and have a look at what's up so far, see which ones you want to be at. Hopefully it'll be all of them, but as much as we'd like to see all of you at all of the gigs, we know it can't happen. So have a look and sort out the ones that you might be able to get to. Start making some plans. Right, let's have some more music. Fancy a bit of Paraletica. How do you feel about that? Of course you do. Everybody fancies a bit of Paraletica. This is the opening track from Inferno. It's called The Martyr's Regret. So that's Paraletica. That's from their album Inferno. It's called The Martyr's Regret. Now, I'm quite happy to say I've actually managed to get my louder speakers fixed due to the fact that some of the bands that we're putting on are quite loud. And I think I'm going to need them, especially for this next band. I missed them the first time they came up to Gloucester. I won't be missing them the second time. They're travelling all the way up from Exeter just to test my equipment. Let's see if I can handle them. They are Codex Alimentarius. This is from their EP, The Hand of Apophis. It's called Azimuth. That's Azimuth. It's from Codex Alimentarius' EP, The Hand of Apophis.
This is Bill Sacrilege from the new wave of British heavy metal band Sacrilege. And you're tuned in to the $2 Rock Show. Welcome to the Dragon's Den.
So that's one of our new jingles. Bill Sacrilege has sent one in from Sacrilege. Well, if you check out Sacrilege's Facebook page, they've got loads of stuff coming up this year. Shall we add to that, do you think? Do you think we should make them any more busy than they already are? Of course we should. Let's see if we can get them at the Lower George. Be a bargain of a gig, that will. I reckon we're going to have some fun this year. We're not going to get any bigger. We're just going to refine what we're doing. Practice makes perfect. So, we'll practice with some of the bands that we've already had, and we'll get some new bands in as well. Dead Orse. They're a band I want to see come back to the Lower George. And they've given me an incentive to lose weight. I can't fit into any of their t-shirts, and I really want one. So it's back on the exercise bike for me, and a bit of Dead Orse for you. This is a funky little ditty called Fire.
Well, I look to the mountain for the man who brings the cloud.
So, before we were very rudely interrupted by a fantastic jingle, that was Dead Orse with a track called Fire. Now here at $2, we're really keen on swapping things around. You know, different types of rock, not just heavy metal or thrash or new wave of British heavy metal. We want to make this as varied and as interesting for you as we can. I'm planning on changing things up a little bit with bands like these guys. They're called Hung Like Jack. This track is called Colder.
Free.
So that's Hung Like Jack. The track is called Colder. It comes from their album White Powder. Well worth a listen. Right, I want to get noisy again now with a band that have been quiet for the past couple of months, to be honest. At the moment, we don't have any mastered tracks from Kill for Trophies. It's all audio that I've ripped from their live videos. And this one is probably the best one that I've managed to get so far. It's from the Fargo Tours Rock Weekend. This is Contamination. And that really does their live sound absolutely no justice whatsoever. You really need to come and see Kill for Trophies when they're on at the Lower George. See all their energy and passion for yourself. And I'm fairly certain you'll get to see that track played live. It's called Contamination. If they don't, you can always ask for it as an encore. Another band that have been quiet on the public front are We Come From Ashes. But they've been absolutely manic behind the scenes. They're trying to get their first EP mastered and out to us as soon as possible. I honestly can't wait. Having said that, their demos are awesome as well. This is They Crawled Up the Bank. And that's awesome. They crawled up the banks. That's We Come From Ashes. So be interested to see how they approach that when they're mastering it for the EP. I think if it was me doing it, I'd leave it pretty much the way it is now. But you can never tell, can you? Some people come up with some brilliant ideas when they're mastering these tracks. The relative newcomers to our playlist, Darksite, are still looking for a bass player. So for the sake of fornication, guys, there must be somebody in the Llanelli area that can play bass and needs to get into a band, because we need to get them here into Gloucester. And that ain't happening without a bass player. Listen, this is all you gotta do. This is a track from their EP Almost Home. It's called Stand Your Ground. By Grapthor's hammer, they meant that. That's Darksite, Stand Your Ground. It's from their Almost Home EP. I think there might be some repairs necessary to the lower George if we can get them to come and play there. I reckon Vinny's an expert at getting lead off of roofs. Let's hope he can put it back on. Right, time for the guest band for this week. I've chosen London-based thrashy death metalers Meat Train as your guest band for this week. They are Mike Pearson, Chaz Fanouzi, Icky Dredgewood and Stuart Songhurst. And I know a few you two buckers that are going to love these guys. This is a track called Messiah. So that's this week's guest band. They're called Meat Train. That track's called Messiah. Do love a bit of a Monty Python ending. In fact, that's the track that I finished off my Heads Up show with this week. And on the subject of finishing up the show, I'm going to have to finish this show up with one more track. So before I play that, I'd just like to thank everybody that came to Headbangers Ball. Such a special event. It's also a worthwhile cause. So thanks to Andy Pilkinson and Reign of Fury for putting the whole thing together. And I might have stretched the truth a little bit at the beginning when I said that there were midget stage divers and pole dancing strippers. But the Reign of Fury stage invasion did happen, and I was seen to smile once or twice throughout the night. I also have to give huge amount of thanks to Lee Pyatt for the sound, and to Dave from Hellbound, on 3 counts really. A, for a fantastic set. B, for all the work that he put in behind the scenes that nobody saw. And C, for not wearing a kilt on stage. Thank you, mate. We owe you 1. Or 3. So, I'm going to finish the show off now with a track from Harmony Disorder. They're looking for a drummer. They're also looking for you to vote for them at Sweden Rock. You'll find a link to that on their Facebook page. You can vote once a day. So please do. In fact, you can vote for more than one band as far as I'm aware, so go and check out all the bands that you like and vote for them all. So here they are, Harmony Disorder, bringing the show to a close with the track called What You Used to Be. And with that, till next week, I'm out of here.
You should have stayed.